And we are in. We have here today a matchup between Swampscott Big Blue and the Gloucester Fishermen. We're going to start off with a face-off, and it seems as if Gloucester won it. Number 19 passes it immediately over to number 1, and it goes straight into the back. 15 holding it in the end zone. Passes it again, 28. Colby, relentless of letting go on the ball, passes it. And it returns back to 16. Terlick holding it, passes it. Passing back and forth right now. Right next to the goal they are. Really close, number 28, Colby. Goes behind the goal. He's deep in Big Blue territory. Let's see if he can get a goal. It is going to be blocked by Timmy Sheehan, the goalie. And it's going to roll out of bounds. It is going to be Gloucester ball. Gloucester with the ball now. Making their way yet again into Big Blue territory. Really deep now. We have Franklin. They want to pass back. Terlick passes it again to William. Bombarded with defense. William makes his way up. He looks for a goal. And it is going to count as the first goal of the game. First goal of the game for Gloucester here. Timmy Sheehan was doing swellingly well in our last game. With only 2 hits in, it seems as if he is falling. We are now going to return to the face-off between number 15 from Swampscott Big Blue, Luke, Michigan, and number 12 from Gloucester. It seems as if Hedges won the ball. He's going to immediately go into Swampscott territory and pass it to his teammate, Daly. They're playing Ring Around the Rosie. Number 1 has it now. Cunningham passes it immediately to 15, and it makes its way to number 28, Colby. Four with it now. Sam Filippo. Sorry if I butchered your name. Passed immediately. He's making his way up. Tries to shoot it in, and it goes so far out of bounds that it is never to be seen again. It is going to be Gloucester ball. It is going to be immediately passed over to Cunningham. Cunningham finds the ball and makes his way back to San Filippo. Colby finds possession, makes his way up to Timmy Sheehan. She tries to shoot it in, but he actually fakes the shot and passes it to his teammate. It's going to be dropped and yet again recovered by Gloucester. Number 1, Cunningham. Passes it straight back to Colby. Gloucester, for these relentless first 3 minutes, have been making their way up and into Swampscott territory, already scoring a goal. They've won 2 face-offs so far. They might score again, yet again soon. For the sake of the game, I'm going to call number 4, San. I don't want to butcher his name. All right. Gloucester yet again with the ball right at the goal line. Makes its way back and into Timmy Sheehan's arms. Keeney making his way up. Passes it to 22, Sam Brodsky. Makes its way to number 9, Von Barta. Big goal scorer over last game. Keeney with the ball, makes it all the way up, and that is the first goal for Swampscott of this quarter. It is now tied 1-1 with the goalie kneeling down. Scorer of that goal, Liam Keeney. He's had many great games before. This could be another. We're going to go back to the face-off, this time between number 12 from Gloucester, Hedges, and number 10 from Swampscott, Palmer. Winning the face-off, it's Gloucester ball. Immediate pass. Daly trying to find his way up. drops the ball, and there's going to be a whistle blown, and it's going to be Swampscott ball. Number 3 with the ball now, Demelowitz. Passes it immediately to Palmer. Palmer on the sideline, pushing his way up slowly. Passes it to number 9, Bombarda, straight to the back with Rothwell. That's Rothwell's favorite place. Immediate pass to Keeney. He scored 1 goal. Is he going to get another? It is going to be a tried pass, but it is going to be recovered by Gloucester's very own number 27. And he's going to immediately try and pass it. He misses the pass and is going to yet again be recovered by number 17, Lynn. There are many of Swampscott's top goal scorers out of this game, but I'm pretty sure Swampscott is going to be able to keep up with this team, so we could be expecting an even matchup between the two. With players such as Chase Russo gone because of the whooping cough, and a few other players who I shall not mention. But Swampscott is going to be getting along just fine, as they have determination, something many teams they faced before have not had in the beginning and end of the game. It is going to go, almost went out, and is going to be recovered by Colby. In the end, right now, we have Cunningham looking for a pass. Colby with the ball, being bombarded with Palmer's stick, being pushed back millions of yards. He finds a way to pass it over to Terelic. Back over to Colby. Passes it to Moran. First time he's held the ball this game. Will he be able to score the goal? First ball, first goal. No, he's going to decide to pass it over to Sand. Again, back to Colby, and it returns to Cunningham. Making his way close up to the goal, near Timmy Sheehan. Seems as if they have multiple defenders right now very near to the goal. Staying true, they pass it over immediately over to Colby. He does not recover the pass. He drops it, but he is going to recover it anyways. He's going to be bombarded yet again with Brodsky's stick. He's now fighting back now, and there's going to be a whistle blown. Swamp ball. Making it up immediately, wasting no time. An immediate goal for Swampscott. Quite impressive there from Palmer. That's his first goal of the game. It's 2-1 now. After that amazing goal from Palmer, we're going to head back to the face-off. Swampscott wins the face-off, but it is undetermined who will win the ball. It's going to be Gloucester ball after the whistle's blown. And it is going to be dropped by Gloucester and recovered by Swampscott literally immediately. Swampscott with a switch out. Number 15, Luke Michigan, for number 17, Thomas Mallow. They passed it to Keeney and straight into the end zone with Von Barta. Rothwell there with him. Another pass. Oh, Russo. Russo's here. I guess I was wrong. Bombarded with sticks is the favorite thing these players seem to like to do in this sport. Immediate pass over to Keeney. Keeney's going to make the ball its way all the way over to Melowiz. The ball is going to be passed over to Chase Russo, and with a try to fly in goal, shoots it more out of bounds than I've ever seen. Vombardo with the ball now, being bombarded. It's going to be a whistle blown. It's going to be Swampscott ball. Keeney holding the ball for Swampscott, passes it to Vombardo away in the end. He's trespassing the goal line, and entering unforeign territories is now Chase Russo. He tries to yet again go for a goal instead of a pass. It's going to be blocked by the goalie, and it is yet again going to be blocked by the goalie, but this time it is Rothwell's shot on goal. I think that Russo should probably start passing more, seeing as how he has 2 completely missed shots on goal. Yet he's been given the ball yet again. His teammates or coach is possibly thinking that he can get a miraculous goal like he has done previously, but is going to be passed to Liam Keeney. Straight back, Rothwell with the ball. Back to Keeney. It is going to be a goal. Another one for Liam Keeney. That is his 2nd goal of the game. Scoring his 2nd goal of the game here with 2 minutes on the clock. Quite the coincidence, 2-2. Still in the first quarter. Swampscott up by 2. As I said earlier, this might be an even matchup, but if Swampscott keeps playing like this, and every 1 goal that Gloucester gets, every 3 Swampscott will, that could be bad for Gloucester. Back with the face-off. Yet again, it's going to be won by Gloucester after a whistle. Making his way up, slowing down at the 35. Passes it back. Another whistle is going to be blown. And it's going to be a timeout. Max Fields handing over the ball to the ref. We will catch you back in a minute after this timeout. And we are back after that timeout. It is 3-1 with 1 minute and 53 seconds on the clock. Swampscott winning this game currently. in the first quarter. We are going to start it back with immediate Gloucester ball. Number 16, Terlick. Makes his way all the way around the goal. He's going to run all the way back and pass it to his teammate, number 4, San. It goes over to William. William is, I'm pretty sure, the goalie, but yeah, went over to Cunningham. I'm sorry, it just doesn't say the positions for this, so I'm pretty sure William is the goalie. Yes, but Gloucester with the ball now. He's going to fall down, and is going to be recovered by someone. It's very hard to see who is going to recover the ball, but it's going to be a whistle blown, and is going to be recovered by, looks as if, Swampscott. They're going to immediately pass to the goalie, Timmy Sheehan. Oh, play had not begun yet, so now they're going to pass to Timmy Sheehan. Palmer running up, looking for another immediate, quick, striking goal. He might get it as he passes over to DeMelowiz. And he stole it. Number 26, McKay, stole it. Is going to be knocked out of his arms and dropped completely. There are many players fighting over this. Swooping over arms into the Max Fields has it. Dropped it multiple times. It is going to recover it while getting hit-sticked by Cunningham from Gloucester. Running with it now, DeMello is looking for a quick striking goal. Let's see if he can get this siege correct. It is going to be blocked by Gloucester's own defense, and it is going to roll out of bounds, being recovered by Swampscott. Swampscott holding it, shoots it back to DeMelowiz. Palmer on the same 40. Makes his way up, yet again looking for the second quick goal of the game. Goes through multiple people, hit-sticks them down, and is going to be a goal in. That is the second goal for Palmer. Seems as if Keeney and Palmer are having a competition for who can get the most goals this game. Currently they are tied, and there's going to be a 4-1 lead, Swampscott. Seems as if a timeout has happened. Score being... It should be 4-1 currently. The score being 4-1. 2 goals for Palmer, 2 goals for Keeney. We have 1 minute and 40 seconds in this half. We will catch you back in a minute. And we are back. After the first quarter, we are now in the second quarter. And after this one, we will go into halftime. It is going to be a face-off between number 12 from Gloucester, named Hedges, and number 10 from Swampscott, Palmer. Palmer with 2 goals this game is going to lose the face-off. It's going to be an immediate possible strike from Gloucester, but they're going to slow down as soon as they hit the 30. I don't know if that last goal right before the end of the quarter was counted, folks, because our scoreboard still says 3-1. With a game of 3-1, it is going to be Colby with the ball getting whacked several times, and he's going to pass over to Sand. We've seen multiple things that these people have been able to do on this field today. Wandering around with the ball now. This is behind the end zone. It was passed straight back over to Sand, and now number 12 holding it, Hedges, the person who originally won the face-off, passes it straight back to Colby and immediately over to Terralick. Swampscott is going to try to block these players with multiple players, but it does not know if this is going to work. With coaches and players yelling formations and plays, you'd only wonder how this player could be caught in a mug of this. Holding the ball, not moving at all, practically galloping the way he's moving his feet up and down. Cunningham gets smacked in the face with the ball and drops it. Timmy Sheehan is the successor of this attack. And they're having a full-on battle and brawl out there as Max Fields is going to recover and pass it immediately over to Brodsky. Brodsky making his way up the field quickly, looking for another quick goal. Number Jason Rothwell, first goal of the game. Amazing goal we have here from him. That is his first goal of the game, as I just had said. And he has been playing amazingly recently. He usually stays in the end zone, which is why it is such a surprising goal from him, straight up front and not a corner buck shot like he usually has in his previous games. Morale being very low for Gloucester right now. We're back to the face-off. It is going to be Swampscott that is going to recover it. Yet they cannot seem to pick it up. Someone put a finger on their butterfinger. And it's going to be eventually recovered by Swampscott. They're going to succeed in this siege, possibly, unless they drop it. 4-1 on the board, so that previous first goal right before the end of the first quarter was not counted. Okay, that's good to know. The clear score of 4-1 seems as if Swampscott is dominating Gloucester right now. Gloucester with the ball makes their way as close to Timmy Sheehan as they can. It's a big man and that big goal. They're trying to find a way to penetrate his unbreakable shield. Holding it, they're going back and forth. They're playing patty cake as Cunningham is going to receive the ball. Now, behind the goal, the ball is number 4, Sand. He's trying to juke out. He's trying to juke out the person he is against, DeMelois, but DeMelois is too smart for that. He's not going to allow it. He's blocking him. He is going to pass over to Cunningham. Cunningham immediately passes over to Colby. He's trying to make a goal, but he just can't find it, and he is going to be absolutely dropped. And is going to be recovered by Keeney from Swampscott, and he's going to miss the pass. He's going to go between 2 opponent legs, and it is going to be eventually recovered by Swampscott, and it's going to be immediate pass over to Rothwell. Quite the eventful little scuffle there. Keeney holding it. Passes it straight over to the Melois. Now Russo with it. It's in the end zone with Rothwell. Yet again, like I had said, his favorite place and usually his top scoring priority on the field. He's going to pass back to DeMelois. DeMelois trying to juke out the defender, but it just can't get past him. He's going to be attacked by multiple players at once. There's going to be a missed recovery by Keeney, shot up straight into the air, and it's going to be a recovery by Keeney. Keeney catches it. He's making his way, immediate pass over to Rothwell, and that was the slowest goal I may have ever seen. That was possibly the most lightly touched goal I have ever seen. It was a very good goal, though. So now, Jason Rothwell, with his second goal of the game, is going to make it 5-1. Now, if they are having a competition for most goals this game, Jason Rothwell and Liam Keeney would be tied right now. Seeing as Gloucester has done almost nothing this quarter. This isn't looking so good for them. They had a 1 goal in the first quarter, but nothing else since then. It is going to be Gloucester winning the face-off, and they are going to start vigorously attacking each other. And it's going to be recovered by Swampscott, number 11. Duffy running up, a freshman this year, is going to fall and trip, and there's going to be a flag and a whistle blown. Subbing out players, Swampscott and Gloucester here. Subbing out multiple players at once. Seems as if, prove me wrong, but I believe this might be Swampscott ball. .7:29 on the clock, 5-1 Swampscott. Second quarter. Keeney with the ball, galloping up. Passes it immediately. It goes straight back to Keeney. It's another pass over to Russo. Russo looking for a quick goal. Passes to Max Fields. It's going to be blocked for the first time from Gloucester, it seems. And it is going to be recovered by Swampscott. Swampscott's going to be pushing Max Fields. And that is the absolute snipe. That is the best snipe I may have ever seen from this player, Max Fields. For he is a monster on the field in every single sport he's played. An amazing goal for Max Fields here. He's been looking for an opening shot as soon as he can, and he's been able to take it this time. And we're going to end up eventually going back to the face-off. Number 20, Mahoney. They have been sending out, Gloucester has been sending out specifically different players for their face-off almost every single time, it seems. There's a new player up there every time I blink. See how many players are going to decide to throw up. That was the first flag of the game, though, just a moment ago. And you don't usually see that often in lacrosse. You usually hear whistles being blown, but not flags being thrown. That unintentionally rhymed. They are going to get on with the face-off. On the ground now, they are going to recover. Swampscott picked up yet again by Max Fields, trying to go for another snipe shot, I presume. That'd be beautiful, and he does. And it bounced off of the goalie himself, and it was passed over to Chase Russo. Then it was passed over to Rothwell, trying to make his third goal, and it was dropped because he got bombarded with attacks by the goalie and multiple defense. And now it was recovered by Bombardo, passed over to Chase Russo. Quite the fast plays going on here. It's going to be immediately yet again passed. Palmer with the ball now. Passed it to Fields. Snipe shot per chance. We might see the legendary snipe shot. Passing it back and forth now. Swampscott. DeMello is holding it. Passes it to Max Fields. Goes for the snipe shot, and it went way out of bounds. Quite the power on that. Going to be recovered by number 5 from Swampscott, Chase Russo. There was also a flag thrown there. First one in about a minute and a half. So let alone did it go out of bounds, but there was also a flag thrown. It was passed to Rothwell, then at Russo. Straight over to Palmer with Max Fields finding possession. Keeney trying to go for his third goal of the game. Does not get it, and he tries to pass it over to Rothwell, but Rothwell fails to catch it. which means he failed the goal. Keeney now holding it again, goes for another shot on goal, and this time it was actually blocked and recovered by the Gloucester goalie. What's his name? I thought it was Beverin. And that is a goal for Swampscott. It seems as if Schipperini could not block that one. And sorry if I'm butchering some of these names here. Is going to be Gloucester ball, making his way up, 16 all around the goal, all around the world. Immediately passes over to Colby. Gives possession over to his teammates. Multiple holding it at a time now is San. Pass immediately over to Kobe, holding possession for quite the alarming amount of time for Swampscott. Passes over to Costa. And then he tries to pass over to his teammate Taralek, but he misses the pass and is going to be recovered by Swampscott as it went out of bounds. Swampscott immediately running up his bush. Pass to Sam Brodsky, juggling it in his net. As a taunt, trying to anger and put passion and fire into the hearts of the Gloucester players. Immediately passes after making it to the 35. He's now in the end zone now with Rothwell. Rothwell and Vombarda. Yet again, their favorite places to be. Passes over to Russo. On the sideline, the ball has been staying for quite the long time. 15 with it now is Michigan. Passes it over to DeMelowiz. Makes his way up. Tries to shoot it in, but it goes out far left. After Vombarda tried to recover that pass, that missed shot on goal as a pass, it did not work, and he's just going to be recovering the ball for Swampscott. Yet again on the sideline. Makes his way midfield. Passes it over. Mello straight into the end zone with Rothwell and Russo. Rothwell making his way up, looking for a shot, passes it over to DeMelowiz. This is quite the uneventful game for Gloucester other than their insane losing streak. It's going to be an immediate pass and a failed missed pass. Possible recovery from Gloucester. And no, it is going to be recovered by Brodsky. This is looking to be another type of game that Swampscott has had against Danvers last week. Complete domination, but anything could change in this next half. There's going to be Swampscott passing over to the goalie Timmy Sheehan. And he immediately passes over to his teammate. And it eventually ends up in the arms of Liam Keeney. He passes it and he gets absolutely run down, and he's just getting beat. Vombarda gets beat multiple times while on the ground, kicking him while he's down. Quite the cowardly strategy. And another time that this team has showed foul play. Going to be a flag. Yet again, I am so sorry if I have butchered any of Gloucester's names or any of Swampscott's names. Flag was on Gloucester.
It's not showing any feed on the microphone.
crowd quite disappointed by such the uneventful game is finding their own way to make fun of being here. Telling each other jokes and laughing. To be Keeney with the ball after the flag. Let's see if Swampscott is going to be getting another goal to make it 8-1, or this could be an entire different thing, and Gloucester could get the ball. I believe Gloucester has a chance to come back around. You never know. Sports are sports. The fire in one's heart can fuel an entire team's. Yet it is going to be a goal immediately by Liam Keeney. Quite the far shot from him. It is going to now be 8-1 with Liam Keeney holding the most goals on his team. After that, it seems as if they're going to go back to the face-off with a new player from each team. Number 17, Lynn from Gloucester, and number 22 from Swampscott, Brodsky. You don't usually see Brodsky up on the face-offs, but it is going to be Swampscott ball. The amount of people trying to recover that ball was far too many, as there should have been. And there's going to go for another immediate goal, but they miss, as there was a pass over to Rothwell. There was a flag on the play. Subbing out now is Gloucester. Many people getting subbed out on Gloucester. It is going to appear to be Swampscott ball with number 10, Palmer. Play should be getting underway anytime. Hopefully we don't have another one of those weird trying to figure out things as we did a few games ago here at Swampscott. And we are back into it. There's an immediate pass over to Max Fields, possibly for another snipe shot. Pass it immediately over to Keeney, not looking for that snipe shot. Immediately over to Bombarda. And it's to Rothwell, who was in the back, and now lined up at the goal line was Russo. They're doing that one formation that they know and love that has scored them many goals this half. 1 minute on the half. Horns blown. It is not going to be blocked and saved by the goalie. Quite the fascinating score here from Swampscott. I really was wishing that this game could be good, and maybe my wish could come true, and we could actually see something here from Gloucester, because I do have hopes in them. After all, neither of these teams are bad teams. There's going to yet again be another face-off. It is going to be Swampscott ball after the recovery yet again. I feel like this game is becoming more and more predictable as we go. Going for the snipe shot, makes it in. Number 10, Palmer, with yet another goal. He is quite the strong attacker here against Gloucester. With 1 minute and 6 left on the clock, it is 10-1. Swampscott has multiplied Gloucester's score 10 times over, tenfold. Tenfold is really big on some numbers. We're going back to the face-off yet again with Brodsky and number 20, Mahoney. It's going to be It was going to be Swampscott ball, but the whistle was blown and is going to end up being Gloucester ball. Holding it, Gloucester making their way up slowly but surely, trying to find a way to chip away at Swampscott. In one of our previous games, we had Essex Tech. The score was up by 7, and Essex Tech started chipping away at Swampscott, and the final score ended up being 10-9 Swampscott. We could be seeing this yet again, because as in that, it was 7-1 with Swampscott winning. So if we can have this here again, which all happened in the second half, by the way, folks. After the end of the halftime, each team refurbishes and, like a phoenix, dies and creates a whole new team. We could be seeing a complete total uprising here from Gloucester in just a moment's notice. After multiple stumblings have happened. Seems as if it is going to be a flag and the end of this half, with the final score being 10-1 for this half, and with great plays from each team. The leading goal scorer currently is Liam Caney with 3 goals. And we will catch you after halftime. And we are back. It has started pouring. Well, not really pouring. It just started, middle pouring, middle drizzling, stuff like that. It's just started raining out here at Swampscott. My vision here is a little blurry, so it's going to be a little hard for me to continue commentating this game since the numbers are now all blurry. But I can see pretty well. Other than that, it is going to be Gloucester with the ball now, as the score is 10-1. Holding it still, Gloucester passing back and forth, trying to get into Swampscott somehow. Entry point is accessible, but they just need to find how to get to it. Timmy Sheehan standing there like an entire blockade, making sure nothing can get past him. Passes it immediately over Gloucester. Cunningham with it. Passes it and again immediately. Back and forth here. There's a lot of rain on the cameras. That's the only bad thing about this rain. Other than that, I personally really like the rain. But it's going to go out of bounds and is going to be covered by number 4 from Gloucester, San. As again, I don't want to butcher his name, which is why I'm calling him San. Because I mean no disrespect to any player here. And it is going to be 28 with it now. Colby making his way over to Cunningham for a pass. Immediately it's back over to Terelac. It's back and forth here, patty cake like. Back and forth. Colby with it now. It's just round and round. And it is going to actually be a goal here for Gloucester. It is going to be the first one that we have seen in quite some time. As I have said right before halftime, some of these teams can turn around, and it's just so surprising how quickly and fast they can do it. It is just miraculous the amount of goals that one can score in such a short time limit for a game. As we head back to the face-off. It is going to inevitably be picked up by Gloucester. Something's going up with our replay button right now. And we are back. And that was another goal from Gloucester. Yet again, as I have said, folks, this is Hedges' goal. First one of this quarter. Quite miraculous here for both teams. Swampscott being able to somehow defend. Back here at the face-off, we have 15 Luke Michigan against number 12 Hedges, who is going to completely recover it. Yet again, I think they've had some sort of amazing uplifting morale boost in that huddle they had during halftime. They had a whole 10 minutes to completely rethink their game. Slowly making their way in, yet again, like I have said, chipping away at Swampscott. It is going to be dropped by number 4 from Gloucester and is going to be recovered by Swampscott's very own William Bush. There's going to be a whistle blown on the play. And we are back into it after that whistle blow. It is going to be Gloucester with the ball still. And it is going to be a missed pass. Who will it be recovered by? It is going to be, as it seems, a Swampscott. Bale. Number 3 holding it here is DeMello. Passes it over to Keeney. Yet again in the arms of Palmer, looking for possibly his 3rd goal of this game. But yet again he passes it to Vombarda. And it makes its way all the way around Rothwell and over to Chase Russo. Seems as if Russo, trying to juke out the players, drops the ball. Number 17, Malo, practically lunging for the ball, trying to just catch up to Gloucester. Can't. Gloucester, with their morale boosted and their souls higher than ever, is looking to win this game. They will not accept a loss in this scenario, seeing as how they have just scored 2 goals on Swampscott, and Swampscott has scored none. Tried to backhand the goal in, wasn't even looking quite an impressive feat if he was able to do so, yet he was not able to do so, and it is going to be recovered by Hedges. Back in it now. We have Hedges making his way up, juking out Keeney, and is going to go far out immediately. Yet again, another out. Tried to be recovered by Timmy Sheehan, but he was just not fast enough to get to the ball, and he realized that. And it is now, yet again, Gloucester ball, number 19, Moran. For Sand with it, passes it all the way back to the 40. Terrelag makes his way up and tries to shoot it. It goes into the arms, the big wide open arms of Timmy Sheehan. He was just waiting there for him to catch the ball, and he passes it immediately over. Palmer making his way up, slows down at around the 20-yard line and passes it to Vombarda, going back and forth yet again, these two. Is going to end up in the hoop of number 2, Keeney. And they're going for a goal, and that is the first goal from Swampscott this quarter. It is now going to be 11-3, and that was a goal from none other than your very own Thomas Malo, his first of the game. Let's see that replay. Quite the goal there from Thomas Malo. In the face-off here, he started a little too early. Whistle blown. Going to be Swampscott with the ball. This is very different from some of the other games that we've had recently with me announcing. I would usually have my co-announcer Paul here with me, but he was not able to come today, which is why I've been announcing every single quarter thus far. It is still going to be Swampscott ball, miraculously not dropped after that 40 seconds. The rain is now starting to hit a little harder, almost completely covering the field and everyone.
Yeah, it's raining really hard now.
Is still going to be Swampscott with the ball. We might have some trouble with our camera operators up there because it is raining very heavily now. Just a little harder, and we might be seeing hail. we have picked up audio from some of our people in the stands here that the rain is just almost too much for them. They might not be able to do this and they might have to leave. And there's going to be a shot from Jason Rothwell that is going to go out of bounds. I was expecting another goal from him in this predicament. That's the word I'm looking for, in this predicament, because he's done many stunning goals like that. 2 to be exact. Not many, but it's still quite the good number of amount of goals that you like to see in a sport like lacrosse. Still going to be Swampscott ball. Russo with it. He's held the ball many times, but he has not scored 1 goal, which is very odd for Russo. Usually he scores multiple goals. With every player that they can have, I believe, out on the field currently. It is going to be an all-out brawl at the goal line. These teams seem to be very good on each side. It's going to be Gloucester ball. They're going to gallop up, and they're going to stop at their own 40 and pass it way down and into the arms of Swampscott. That was an interception, complete interception, and is going to try. He's going to go for it. Von Hazel, first time I've seen him out here with the ball. He goes for the shot, but he misses, and it went into Liam Keeney's arms all the way over to Von Barda, then to Palmer. It's always Von Barda and Palmer. They don't pass to anyone else, it seems, the amount of times they pass to each other. They definitely do pass to other people, but the amount of times they pass to each other is crazy. With amazing teamwork from both sides here, we might start seeing a possible uprising from Gloucester, seeing as how they got those first 2 in the first half of this quarter. It is still going to be Gloucester ball, though, as their very own number 16, Terelak. The amount of times we've seen him on the field with the ball is also quite misleading to the amount of goals you'd think that they'd have. With both good offenses and good defense in this quarter, it seems as if Gloucester has the upside in this specific quarter, seeing as how they have gotten twice as many goals as Swampscott in this specific quarter. And it is going to go all the way back to about the midfield with Cunningham. It's going to be a failed pass, and it is going to roll out of bounds. And there's going to be a whistle blown, and it is going to be the ball of Swampscott now. The rain is seeming to let up just a little bit, but it is still yet again rain. Swampscott with the stone. One oh so precious makes the way up. No one can stop Bushy and his relentless attacks, and that was almost an own goal where it almost rolled in, but it is going to be held by number 6, which is an immediate pass from Mahoney all the way to the sideline with their teammate, number 7, Olsen. Passing it way upfield, slowly making their way into the territory of Swampscott. In the end zone now, devising a plan, shape of a trapezoid. Shoots it back all the way to 16 at the 40. Seems as if they're shooting to go back to the 50. I was wrong. They're actually going to start making it up. I thought they were trying to devise a plan in which they would go all the way back home. Is Timmy Sheehan, and that ball is going to return all the way over to the face-off in just a moment here. That is another goal for number 28, Colby. It's always good getting a goal when you're up against a big, fierce opponent. Back at the face-off. It is going to be won by Gloucester, but picked up by number 5 from Swampscott. A minute ago, that was actually number 16 who scored a goal first of the game, and there's going to be a whistle blown. 20 seconds left in this quarter, and it's going to be the, I believe, the first timeout of this quarter, which is way less than the amount they usually have. With 20 seconds left on the clock, let's see what Gloucester and Swampscott can do in this quarter, and we will catch you momentarily. And we are back after that timeout, which I don't know why they called it with 20 seconds left on the clock for this third quarter, but it is going to be called and is going to be out of bounds after quite the leap John Bombarda tried to take. He's going to be covered by number 2, Dion. Immediately passed over to the goalie, who's been swapped out as now Mahoney. He's going for aggression here as the quarter will end. Seems as if Mahoney was just trying to put time down on the clock, get rid of it, and with the score of this quarter being 11-4, with both teams working beautifully in this one quarter with possible outcomes that we have not expected from Gloucester, which will be great. They could possibly prevail. Let's see if they can, and we will catch you in a minute and 35 seconds. And now with this ending, the third quarter over, straight into the fourth, we are going to be seeing possibly a complete turn of events from Gloucester. They've sent both their players up for the face-off. This is going to be possibly a turn of events, like I have said, with Gloucester receiving the ball. Quite amazing here. Gloucester turning this game around at one point. Let's see if they can do it even more. With 3 goals scored last quarter, there will be a flag now thrown onto the field. Quite the yellow they have chosen for that flag. It is going to end up being Gloucester ball, it looks like. Now coming in, we have Gloucester passing it straight back and into the end zone. Here we go here with Gloucester. They're going to end up doing something. The Fishermen are looking for their hook, line, and sinker for this goal, which is underway. They tried to sneak in right there between the legs of Timmy Sheehan, but they realized they could not, and it almost rolled out. And Chase Russo, coming off the sideline out of nowhere, goes to bombard number 4, Goulart. 2 chases actually. Nope, that was actually San. Sorry, number 3 is Goulart. I believe this could be a goal here from Cunningham. It's going to be passed way back as a miss, and it was missed by 2 of Swampscott's players, and it was going to be recovered by Gloucester, obviously. But then a whistle was blown, and it is now Swampscott ball, with Liam Keeney pushing his way to the sideline, making his way up. It ends up in the end zone, inevitably going for the goal they try. Possibly we might be seeing here the first goal of the game. The game's 4th quarter, to be exact. Here we have it, folks. And that was a roll-in goal. It was dropped, and it was inevitably picked up by the goal itself. And now it seems as if we are going to show you the replay. Quite the rolling goal there. Now back at the face-off, we have Swampscott winning it with 10 minutes left on the clock. 2 minutes already down. He is also down. And another one down. It is going to be a whistle blown. And now it is going to be Swampscott ball. Holding it, trying to find a place to go. In the end zone was Rothwell. Straight to Russo and Palmer. He dropped it for just a quick little scoopy pickup. It is immediately shot over to Keeney with Max Fields. Holding the ball past to Palmer. The team coordination for this one play is skyrocketing as we're watching it. Max Fields goes for an entire snipe shot over to Chase Russo, trying to just land a hit into his net, and is going to be recovered by Swampscott after a long brawl. And they go for the snipe shot, and it is actually made in by Carson Palmer. This is his 3rd goal of the game, tying himself up with Liam Keeney. He is a very good attacker thus far that we have seen. He has been able to get through multiple lines of defense from Gloucester. Let's see if Gloucester will somehow be able to up their game in the last 9 minutes of this round. With the face-off here, Swampscott is Swampscott looked as if they were going to recover it, but it's going to be Gloucester ball after multiple drops from them. Making their way up on the sideline, pauses at the 25. People tripping and falling, stumbling. It is going to be thrown so far that it is now in the land down under, also known as Australia. And it is going to rise up again. And immediate pass over to Timmy Sheehan, the goalie here. It was only let in 4 out of the, I believe it's 13 shots that Gloucester has taken. That was almost a goal, actually. That long, very long goal. If it had not been scooped up by player number, who was it? It was number, I think, 10. It was Palmer, actually. If it had not been scooped up by him, if it had not been scooped up by him, things could have gone straight in that goal, but it probably wouldn't have, seeing as how the trajectory was just a little bit off. But that could have been another Swampscott goal, which probably would have been the craziest one and wackiest one we've seen all game here. Vumbarda here passes it over to DeMelowis. We haven't really seen much from DeMelowis this game. He usually scores at least 1 to 2 goals. That was weird. That looked as if it went through the net, but it just went to the right of it just a little bit, and it is going to go far left, out of bounds, recovered by Swampscott's very own Liam Keeney. DeMelowis with it now. Making his way. Trying to push through the tides here. The rapid tides pushing them back in. And then it's immediate goal. Who was that? That was Chase Russo on it. That is his first goal of the game. And it was a full-on just smack into the goal. He threw that long. Quite long, actually. Seems as if it was about 7 yards from the goal. That was a good one for Russo, and they are having a sub out here. Sub in, I mean. They are sending in Malo as we finally get to the next face-off. 2 20s here, going against each other, 22 and 20. It is going to be recovered by, let's see, it's on the side that Gloucester wants. I mean, that's Swampscott does not want. Correct, yes. Gloucester is in the area they want to be right now. And they're going to sub out number 11, Daly, for number 16, Terrelag, who has 1 goal. As I'm out here, I'm seeing some quite colorful and unique umbrellas that I have never seen before. As I said earlier, I prefer the rain over other weathers. It just makes it so much better when playing sports. Making his way around. Immediate pass after he gets past the goal. The lights are now on now. We are going to be seeing possibly another goal. Swampscott with the ball. Just making their way up into the territory of Gloucester. 22 tried to go. He did. He went for the trick shot pass to Jason Rothwell. So cocky now, but it is actually seeming to work. As we can re-watch it here, he passed it over to 22. And you can see he did really quick behind the back pass into Rothwell's very own net, directly in it, and is going to be a goal. Like, quite honestly, the best goal I have seen thus far from Swampscott this season out of its entirety. That was amazing. The trick shot was insane. The chances of that happening are probably extremely low, as I would not know, but it was an amazing goal for Swampscott, and we are going to go back to the face-off. winning the face-off is going to be Swampscott. Swampscott with the ball now, making the way up. Another immediate buckshot. Another immediate buckshot. What's his name? Von Barta, first of the game. That is his first shot on goal and in goal successfully of the game. Von Barta here has been doing many pass plays with his teammates, assists, anything like that. But this is his first goal that he has scored. Very nice from Von Barta here. As we slowly make our way to the end of the game, possibly we could see at least a few more goals from Gloucester here to make this just a little bit more exciting. Exciting as it is already. Hopefully, we can see it be even more exciting. Because wouldn't that just be crazy, folks? More exciting than it already is with these amazing goals that each team has made and the amount of fumbles and stumbles and tumbles that they've made. It is going to be a short little clash right there between number 7, 21, and I think it was 16 over there. But it is going to inevitably go into the Swampscott's arms. And we are going to be holding it. We are in possession here as Swampscott. Chase Russo holding it, trying to do another juke move. Yet we have learned thus far that juke moves do not work on either one of these teams. They are smart enough to know how to follow you, why to follow you, and when to follow you, as they have been switching off partners back and back. It's behind the goal now, with 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Going for another goal is Palmer. It bounced off of the literal stick, the Lacrosse stick. It did not bounce off of the goalie. It bounced off of his stick. It did not go in his net at all, just off of his stick, which is crazy. Flag is thrown on the play. I assume on Gloucester. Clouds are getting grayer by the second. The rain recently stopped for just a short time. Whistle blown. Seems as if the rain is making its way back. As we are back, the clock is not running. The clock is paused. Something's going on. And yet again, another goal from Swampscott. That was a jump shot this time from Max Fields. Correct? Max Fields? Or was that from Keeney? It was from Max Fields. That's a very good goal. It's his second, actually. He's had 2 good goals as well as everyone else on the team. A little bit more impressive than just some normal goals, such as just the rolling that we saw a while ago. With the face-off, Gloucester's going to win it and drop it, and it is going to be picked up yet again by the same Gloucester player. Into the air many times at once. Making their way here. This game being 3 minutes till the end. Some players even wearing pants at this point. It is going to still be in the hands of Gloucester. A good 40 seconds they've held on to this, which in lacrosse is actually quite some time, as it might not seem that much, but it is quite some time to hold on it for even a minute plus. Now, in other sports like football, you could have the ball for a good, about 5 minutes, and it's not that impressive. But if you hold it in this game for about a minute, that's impressive stuff. So impressive stuff from Gloucester there. It looks and seems as if their offense is, I'll be honest, much better than their defense. But in the what was it, quarter 3? Yes, quarter 3. Their defense was better, and so was their offense than Swampscott. And if they kept that up, they could have won this game. I don't believe they can at this point, but they have definitely played beautifully. Swampscott with the ball now, making their way up just on the sidelines. Goes for another shot and goal. It is going to be a miss because it was actually caught in the goalie's stick net. And Gloucester with the ball now again for another shot on goal. Tumbles and stumbles the rain. This rain is wreaking havoc on this field. I see people slipping. Especially the ball. The ball has been slipping out of many people's nets. Might not be the rain's fault, but both Gloucester and Swampscott have had various mess-ups, but it was only as soon as the rain started. Gloucester with the ball now. Number 5 making his way up. Zan. Which was a goal, actually. Very well done. That is a goal from Gloucester. Let's see that replay. Number 5, Zan. Swampscott winning the face-off. Well, Gloucester won the face-off, but Swampscott recovered, and is going to be the end of the game, which at the beginning was a turnout I had not expected. This time, actually, I did not end up starting with what we usually have with my co-announcer, Paul. The final score being 18-4. Make sure to watch any other one of ours by subscribing and being notified. We have an Instagram at Swampscott_TV. And thank you for watching this broadcast.